foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's LeBron. It's hauled in by Thomas. And an intentional foul right there. Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Both
Good ball movement.
So the Suns win it. They pulled off.
Well, Goran, certainly a nice win tonight. Tell us what was working for you guys.
You know, we are as a team, so we play as a team. We are fighting back, and we are just...
We behaving hard. We behaving hard. Fast one, slow one. We behaving hard. We behaving
Yeah. Here we go, huh?
Fast one, slow one. We behaving
Yeah. Yo, when I was young, man, my dad had a house. I catch a contact and talk like Eka Mouse. Go to school, act like I'm pulling out. Kinda funny, cause I used to pick my teachers out. Like, dung, dung, diddy, dung, dung. So much me go teach you about piece of the one black Johnny and out in the club. Everybody on Sinatra. Look around. Everybody on Sinatra. I ain't talking about they call. I'm talking about and go ha 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 ha. I mean, just go bonkers, make the young girls wild, and then go with smile. They don't need binoculars. Make wanna pull out. They got you. Ring, ba-bum, ba-bum, Aerosol can, ba-bum, ba-bum, monkey outside, ba-bum, ba-bum, all night, ba-bum, ba-bum, stick a bum, stick a clang, 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 hang on to that like a rain day tank, transform to a grown man, and transform again like, skateboard can make more, still my style, I ain't got no reward like, make yourself bigger like mushroom, Mario Kart, all y'all wanna get like me, all y'all wanna spit like P, wanna hit like me, meanwhile you wanna kiss my child rebel soldier, hit that with a combo, and then the dress on a rhino, boom, Commodore like Lionel, zoom, all of that like a new Ray-Ron, am I wrong, riding with my main all night long, 1 second I'm here, next second I'm gone, that's 2 and 60 seconds, what you on, girls on me like super glue on, like a table you could place food on, like Szechuan, oh no, I'm hot like the place Mulan, ring, ba-bum, ba-bum, Aerosol can, ba-bum, ba-bum, monkey outside, ba-bum, ba-bum, all night, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, stick a clang, 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 hang on to that like a renegade tank, transform to a grown man and transform again like. I'm hot like the place Tucson. BBC ice cream skewed on. No discounts. No coupons, but I got the Rolls Royce for the great coupon. Now you
We are live from the U.S. Airways Center for a Western Conference contest featuring the Suns here in Phoenix. And the Warriors on a single-game road trip here before heading back home. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
Well, I think for Golden State, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. We'll see if they can continue that momentum.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot.
And they get on the board first.
Looking to set the tone early.
You look at how efficient David Lee is around the basket. He can go over either shoulder and use either hand to score. Broke his wrist in high school, and it's part of the reason why he's been able to develop that offhand so well.
Now here's Iguodala. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Curry dishes to Bogut. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Here's Dragic. 4-point game. But with David Lee and his broken wrists, often having a setback like that at an early age, Clark can be a blessing in disguise, and he is definitely one of the most skilled scorers with his offhand.
Yeah, he does a really good job as an ambidextrous finisher. And it really puts the defender in a pickle because oftentimes as a defender, you want to try to take away one side or the other. With David Lee, you pretty much just have to try to square him up.
And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Curry kicks to Lee. Puts one up from 19. Lee can't get that one to fall.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Here's the professor, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Curry passes to Lee. Outside for Curry. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. It's blocked. Pass to the professor. Puts up a 3. The shot is off. So Golden State will take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
That is good.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
They set the screen. Morris, no good.
Oh, easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Dragic. The feed to Lee. The fadeaway. Rebound by the Suns. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. It seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
Yeah, the referees all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Now, here's Thompson. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and you know, that's how he got himself to the free throw line. Well, you look at how the Warriors have improved, really a change in philosophy from years past. The new ownership wanted size for position and rebounding, defense, toughness. They've really established a nice foundation.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Marcus Morris is checked in for Markieff Morris. P.J. Tucker comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Goran Dragic. The Warriors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And the first big move towards that size and defense for the Warriors was the trade of Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut with Milwaukee.
And like many trades, it was questioned initially, but Bogut has brought that toughness and interior defensive presence this team so desperately lacked. And the wins have really validated the Warriors' new direction.
Warriors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. And that one's good, Barnes.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Here's the professor. He's coming off a 40-point game against Cleveland. Barnes dishes to Iguodala. And here's Bledsoe. Here's the professor. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. 7 points for the professor. The Warriors leading. Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots off the screen. Misses off the right iron.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
No good from the professor. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Barnes kicks to Spates. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. Iguodala right side. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
I'll tell you what, the refs will give you a lot more leeway on that than they used to.
Here's the professor on the mark with the 15-footer. The professor's got 9 points.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Here's Livingston, and no good trying to get that one. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Warriors lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far? With a different look, the professor's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Markieff Morris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Marcus Morris is checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Lee. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Maurice Spates out there with Green, and it's Livingston in at the point guard. Suns trail by 11. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, interestingly, guys, Stephen Curry got angry last season when the GMs of the league ranked him the 3rd best shooting guard in the NBA. He said, I've heard people ever since high school saying, quote, I'm too small. I can't play point guard. Now I'm not a true point guard. Well, I'm certainly not a stereotypical Cavs first point guard, but the way I can run the show will manifest itself. Kevin?
The great ones always find that motivation.